for those of us who have not seen the first movie, who are you guys? Who do you play?
My name is Kevin Hart. I play Ben. And in this film, Ben is a very driven, persistent man about two things, about his career and about his relationship and also his gaming, three things. And this guy here is...
I play, my name is Ice Cube. I play James Payton, undercover cop who doesn't play by the books. He's actually a detective. He don't play by the rules. He plays his own way. He's very serious. And the last thing he wants to deal with is his sister's fiance, played by Ben, trying to tag along, hang along, and ride along. So, you know, that's the dynamic. Him trying to scare Ben from marrying his sister.
So it goes downhill from there?
Downhill.
Pretty much
downhill, there's an uphill, then there's another downhill, then there's a hill that goes up, there's another downhill.
And then it's backwards hill.
Ends up, but then we go backwards a little bit. The bottom line is, it's an amazing ride, you know? So with peaks, hills, and valleys, the good thing is we take an audience on this ride with us and they get to see and experience what it is that we're putting them through, but in such a humorous way. You know, we're bringing a lot of laughter to the table, and we're mixing it up with some action and adding a little bit of relationship in there as well. So it's a movie for everybody.
Why do you think the first one came across so well with audiences all over the world?
I mean, people love the buddy cop comedy genre. People love that, so we knew we were in a great space. Also, we had unique things that you know most action comedies don't have. You know, the whole gaming element. You know how he incorporated being a gamer, and we know there's so many gamers out there, and it was a cool way to incorporate it into our movie. And also, there's like a romantic comedy element to the movie that is unique to these buddy comedies. So I think with these new ingredients on an old concept, you know, people just ran to it.
You know, you've got this movie coming out. You've got one in LA at on the short list for the Oscars.
Hey.
How does that feel, man?
I mean, you know, we're so happy to get recognitions on all levels for Straight Outta Compton. You know, we knew our core fans would love it, and we happy that they supported the movie with over $200 million worldwide at the box office. And now to have the industry, you know, kind of standard bearers, you know, to really kind of let us know that we made a great film, you know, on a tough subject. It might be tough for a lot of people to swallow gangster rap, but the way we presented it, you know, it's a universal story. So we so happy.
And it's one hell of a story. I mean,
Yeah, you know, it's movie worthy. You know, it's a slice of history to us, and you know, it deals with brotherhood, breakup to makeup, rags to riches, freedom of speech, police brutality, government intimidation, AIDS. You know, it just dealt with every subject, you know, that's kind of plaguing us today.
Exactly. You guys are both incredibly successful and famous. You're kind of newer than
Yes,
Cube.
yes.
That's new money.
Yeah.
It's new money.
How do you guys stay level? I mean,
I think you're looking at two guys that just appreciate where they are, but we also understand and respect the groundwork that was put in to get to where we are, you know? And you don't ever want to lose that. You don't ever want to lose that level of thinking and that mentality, because the day that you do is the day that you've lost respect for the business that doesn't have to be this way, you know? I think we're very fortunate to be in this situation. I'm looking at a guy who's been in the business for 20 plus years, man, and has continued to work, continued to stay relevant by doing what he loves. What he's loved has never been compromised. And that's an amazing thing. And his realization of that is what makes him a good guy, a humble guy. People love to meet him and say hey and speak. It's not a bad thing about him, man. And I follow those footsteps. You know, I'm the same type of guy.
You know, you're a killer comedian. Where does the inspiration come from? Is it from life or?
Oh man, it's from experiences in life. You know, at the end of the day, I don't ever see myself going to therapy because being on stage is therapeutic. You know, I get to talk about my life, my problems, and I paint a picture that I want the audience to see and I want the audience to relate to. And that's a beautiful thing when you can do that all over the globe, when people get your humor.
I mean, Kevin is special because he wants to make people feel good, not just when he's paid, not just when the cameras turn on, but in the hallway, you know, walking through backstage. It's like just the guy on the side. It's not a shtick. It's not a job. It's who he is. And, you know, he brings a lot of happiness and joy to anybody in his vicinity. And that's a gift to the world. You know, it's great.
Let's talk about your music. You still have a new album out.
Yeah.
You one hit after another. How do you stay relevant musically?
Well, you know, it's like you have to at some point become your own artist, and you can't chase charts. You can't chase fans. You have to do art, do good work, do good records, do records that you feel internally, and whether they become hits or not is really not important at this point in my career. It's the fact that we do records that we feel we want to do, and the people that love them, and the people that don't, that's fine too. And I think the music comes out better that way when you're not chasing, you know, the things that most artists chase.
You mentioned the relevance of the movie Straight Outta Compton. Right now, gun control and police brutality are really big.
Yeah.
That people are trying to actually tackle these issues.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on that?
Well, you know, it's like this. If the criminal justice system got their way, you would never see our talents.
Yeah.
You would never see what we had to offer. We'd have been locked up. We'd have been in somebody's jail. Now you think about that. All the things that we've presented to the world been able to enjoy, wouldn't be here if the criminal justice system got a hold of us at a young age. You know, we were smart enough to escape those pitfalls, but just think all the guys that's locked up now in the penitentiary. There's Ice Cubes and there's Kevin Harts that never got a chance to show their talent to the world, and they're not missing out. We are.
Yeah.
How do we fix that?
Well, we be fair with each other. We be fair with each other. That's how we fix it. And
Has
the
to be
world
give and
is
take.
unfair, and everybody knows it, and everybody's playing this charade on what's the problem? You know, it's like, come on, man. We know the problem.
There has to be a give and take, man. And I'm just such a positive person. And the biggest thing for me is wanting people to simply want to do better. I think as an individual, I don't care what your race is, your shape, or your size, you have to mentally understand that you can do better. And I think when people are given chances where they can actually do better, that becomes contagious and you spread that to others so they can do better. But if you have people boxed in without a chance to do better, your only result is anger. So you have to understand where a lot of this anger is coming from. It's because you're not being given an opportunity to do better. That's what it basically boils down to. So if we want the violence to stop and we want all of these things to really change, as people, as a country, as a world, let's give people a fair chance to do better. Let's help. Let's figure out a way to where people feel like, okay, we're not out here by ourselves. We're not on a limb and no one cares about us. You're a different individual when you feel like you're needed. You feel like there's a helping hand. You know what I mean? I think that really cuts down a lot of stuff, man. It starts there. It just starts with simple opportunity.